Hey entrepreneurs, I'm Kevin. How's it going? Today I'm going to cover this book, Lean Customer Development by Cindy Alvarez, a great one that's part of the Lean series. Now, what this one talks about on a very high level is how to interview customers for better startup learning. So you can find out what they really care about, and that can give you hints at what you should build so that they actually adopt it when your feature or product launches. If you remember another book I did a review of a long time ago called The Mom Test, this is very similar, but it does supply us with a little bit more end-to-end coverage, and also it's a little bit more academic. What I mean by that is, for example, they include sections like how to convince your coworkers that customer development is important. And so that's a really what I consider very academic thing to include, and that's not necessarily in the more casual and conversational mom test. This book also breaks down each step of the process much more in depth and in a structured manner. So they give you examples and break down what you should be listening for, what you should look for, and what each of those possibilities mean. Now, I actually recommend reading both books. I liked both and got value out of both. This one was a super fast read, only 200 pages, and it's also really easy to skip some sections depending on whether you're in a big company or whether you are like a solo entrepreneur, for example. They don't have an audiobook version though, and in the past few books I've been all reading audiobooks, so this one I got a physical hard copy book. And it truly will help you get a great understanding and get tips so that you can start going out and talking to customers in the right way, the lean, fast, and iterative way. This is great for startup founders, product managers, and even other roles in large corporations that often come in contact with customers. Now, like in all my videos, I'm going to provide you with a really quick sneak peek of the book and share with you my favorite number one top tip that I got out of this book. So my tip is that choosing who you talk to is super important. You don't want to pick a super wide segment, say like, oh, I'm building this for everyone who cares about fitness, because that can mean a lot of different things, right? Do they care about fitness to go to the gym 5 times a week? Or just do like push-ups at home every once in a while. So you really want to drill down into really specific segment that would care about your product or service the most, potentially. You want to make a hypothesis about that, right? Like for example, if you're building some sort of fitness product, you can be like city apartment dwellers currently training for a marathon. That's a really specific case in which you think that they might be early evangelists and adopters of your product. And a good way to define who these early evangelists are that you want to target first, number one is that they have the problem that you're tackling. They also know consciously that they have the problem. Number 3 is that they've been looking for a solution. Number 4 is that they care so much that they've hacked together some sort of solution. And number 5 is that they have a budget to spend on this. This way, by slicing your overall segment thinly and talking to the people that fit these characteristics and aspects, you can more easily discover common threads in terms of their pain points or frustrations. And these are the people who you'll be innovating for with your early solution. Otherwise, if you talk to a broad range of people and ask them what their pain points are, you can get wildly different answers, and then it'll be hard for you to choose which thread to latch onto. And instead, if you don't choose which thread to latch onto and you build for all of them, then you'll have something that serves no one particularly well. No one will really get super excited, and your product will likely fail to get a higher stage of adoption that way. That's something that I made huge mistakes about before in prior ventures and projects, just trying to talk to everyone who seems like they could use my product. No, that's not the way to do it. And instead, I should talk to people who really start nodding their head when I talk about the pain points that we're targeting and are even excited to try a product with some points of friction that may not be super polished yet, right? Those are the people that you need to be building for. And then after you start iterating with them and get it to a good point, then you can expand it to a more full service, full featured offering for mainstream adoption in the future. That process, you may have heard it before, is called crossing the chasm. So that's it for my number one takeaway tip from this book. There's also a lot more great material around this whole process that you definitely should check out. So founders, product people, innovators, and customer-facing people, get this book and learn a crucial component of the lean startup philosophy. so you can get valuable insights quickly and get on the right course, rather than sail blindly and waste a ton of time and resources on the wrong path and journey. So, as always, it's great to chat with you guys, my fellow entrepreneurs, and share what I just read. Please stay tuned and subscribe to catch further books as well. By the way, the next one's going to be on rapid experimentation for startups. Also, leave down below if there's any other books on startups, founders, entrepreneurship, or just mindset in general. I'll definitely take a look. This is Kevin. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time.